2020, only to have our time cut short due to the pandemic. And this year also brought about a surprise. Although we chose the show before the war started, our story takes place in Ukraine. Hold on. Closing night. I get emotional. We have a fabulous group of students. These kids have worked so hard and put their hearts into this story. From our live orchestra to our set crew to our singers, actors, and dancers on stage, they're just rocking it up there. Which, by the way, they are actually balancing those bottles on their heads in that scene. We did not do any tricks for that. I'm going to get to our notes for tonight. Our Laser Wolf is being played by John Elliott tonight, so that's exciting. He's doing a fabulous job. Please take a look at your program. In it, you'll find a list of our generous sponsors, advertisers, and the volunteers that make this production possible. Your efforts and donations help keep this tradition alive. Thank you so much. There will be a 20-minute intermission this evening, during which you can visit our lobby and purchase t-shirts, snacks, and water, and order a link for photos and a recording of our show. The women's restrooms are located to the far left as you exit the theater doors, and the men's restrooms are located to the right as you exit the theater doors. To preserve the beauty of this historic building, we ask that you finish your drinks and snacks before returning to your seats. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones so we can enjoy the show without interruptions. We do want to warn you that we use a strobe light during the show. Fiddler on the Roof is based on Sholem Aleichem stories by special permission of Arnold Pearl. Produced on the New York stage by Harold Prince. Original New York stage production, directed and choreographed by Jerome Robbins. Our show is directed by Gavin Spencer, with our orchestra under the direction of Lou Polcari. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy our final performance of Fiddler on the Roof.
A fiddler on the roof. Sounds crazy, no? But here in our little village of Anatevka, you might say every one of us is a fiddler on the roof, trying to scratch out a pleasant, simple tune without breaking his neck. It isn't easy. You may ask, why do we stay up there if it is so dangerous? We stay because Anatevka is our home. And how do we keep our balance? That I can tell you in one word: tradition! traditions. We have kept our balance for many, many years. Here in Anatevka, we have traditions for everything. How to work, how to sleep, how to wear clothes. For instance, we always keep our heads covered and we always wear a little prayer shawl. This shows our constant devotion to God. You may ask, how did this tradition start? I'll tell you. I don't know. But it's a tradition! Hey! And because of our traditions, everyone knows who he is and what God expects him to do.
Who day and night must scramble for a living, feed a wife and children, say daily prayers, and who has the right as master of the house to have the final word at home? The Papa! She's pretty. The sons, tradition. The sons, tradition.
And who does Mama teach to mend and tend and fix, preparing me to marry whoever Papa picks? The daughters.
Tradition, the daughters, tradition. Day and night,
And within the circle of our little village, we've always had our special types. For instance, Yenta the matchmaker.
Oh, Avram, I found the perfect match for your son. A wonderful girl.
Who is it?
Ruhu, the shoemaker's daughter.
Ruchel, but she can hardly see. She's almost blind.
Well, tell the truth, Avram. Is your son much to look at? With the way she sees and the way he looks, it's a perfect match.
And Reb Nachum, the beggar.
Alms for the poor. Alms for the poor.
Here, Reb Nachum, is 1 kopeck.
1 kopeck? Last week you gave me 2 kopecks.
I had a bad week.
So what if you had a bad week? Why should I suffer?
And most important, our beloved Rabbi.
Rabbi, may I ask you a question?
Certainly, my son.
Is there a proper blessing for the Tsar?
The proper blessing for the Tsar. May God bless and keep the Tsar far away from us.
Then there are the others in our village. They make a much bigger circle. His Honor the Constable, His Honor the Priest, and His Honor many others. So far, we don't bother them and they don't bother us. And among ourselves, we get along perfectly fine. Of course, there was the time when he sold him a horse and he brought a mule. But that's all settled now. And now we live in simple peace and harmony.
It was a horse.
It was a mule.
No, It was a whore. It was a mule. It was a whore. It was a mule. It was a whore. It was a whore. It was a
Tradition! Without our traditions, our lives would be as shaky as a fiddler on the roof!
Mama, where should we put these?
Put them on my head. By the stove, foolish girl. Where's Hava?
She's in the barn milking. When will Papa be home?
It's almost Sabbath, and he worries a lot when he'll be home. All day riding on top his wagon like a prince.
Mama, you know that Papa works hard.
His horse works harder. And you don't have to defend your Papa to me. I know him better than you. He could drive a person crazy. He should only live and be well. Sprinza, bring me some more potatoes. Hava, did you finish milking?
Yes, Mama.
You were reading again? Why does a girl have to read? Will it get her a better husband? Here.
Mama, it's Yenta. She's coming down the road. Maybe she's finally found a good match for you, Saito.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Why does she have to come now? It's almost Sabbath.
Go finish in the barn. I want to talk to Yenta alone.
Mama? Can I go play?
You have feet? Go.
Can I go too?
Go too.
But Mama, the men she finds, the last one was so old, and he was bald. He had no hair.
A poor girl without a dowry can't be so particular. You want hair? Marry a monkey.
After all, Mama, I'm not yet 20 years old.
Shut up! Do you have to boast about your age? Do you want to tempt the evil eye? Inside.
Oh, Golda, darling, I had to see you because I have such news for you. And not just every day in the week news, once in a lifetime news. And where are your daughters? Outside, no? Good. Such diamonds, such jewels. You'll see, Golda. I'll find every one of them a husband. But you shouldn't be so picky. The worst husband, God forbid, is better than no husband, God forbid. And who would know better than me? A poor widow, all alone, no one to talk to, nothing to say to anyone. It's no life. All I do at night is think of him, and even thinking of him brings me no pleasure. Because you know as well as I, he was not much of a person. Never made a living. Everything he touched turned to mud, but better than nothing, so...
Good evening. Is Seidel in the house?
Yes, but she's busy. You can come back later.
There's something I'd like to talk to her about.
Later.
Model, I thought I heard you.
Finish what you were doing. I said later.
All right.
What does that poor little Taylor Motto want with Saito?
They've been friends since they were babies together. They talk, they play.
They play? What do they play?
Who knows? They're just children.
From such children come other children.
Mortal, he's a nothing. Yenta, you said...
Children, they are your blessing in your old age. My Aaron never gave me any children. Believe me, he was as good as gold. Never raised his voice to me. But he wasn't much of a person, so what good is it if he never raised his voice? But what's the use complaining? Other women enjoy complaining, but not Yenta. Not every woman in the world is a Yenta. Well, I better prepare my poor Sabbath table. So goodbye, Golda. And it was a pleasure talking our hearts out to each other.
Yenta, you said you had news for me.
Oh, I'm losing my head. One day it'll fall off altogether, and a horse will kick it into the mud. And goodbye, Yenta. Of course, the news, it's about Laser Wolf, the butcher. A good man, a fine man. True. And I don't have to tell you that he's well off. But the poor man, he's lonely. You understand? Of course you do. Well, to make it short, out of the whole town, he's cast his eye on Seitel.
My Seitel?
No, the Tsar's Seitel. Of course you're Seitel.
Such a match for my Seitel. Oh, but Tevye wants a learned man. He doesn't like Laser.
Listen to me, Golda. Send Tevye to him and don't tell him what it's about. Let Laser discuss it with him. He's a good man. A wealthy man. True? So you'll tell me how it went? And you don't have to thank me, Golda, because aside from my fee, which Laser will pay anyway, it brings me satisfaction to make other people happy. What greater satisfaction is there? So goodbye, Golda, and you're welcome.
What did she want, Mama?
When I want you to know, I'll tell you. Finish washing the floors.
I wonder if Yenta's finally found a good husband for you.
I'm not anxious for Yenta to find me a husband.
Not unless it's Mottel the tailor.
I didn't ask you.
Seitel, you're the oldest. Yenta has to make a match for you before she can make one for me. And then after her, one for me. So if Yenta brings...
Oh, Yenta!
Well, someone has to arrange the matches. Young people can't decide these things for themselves.
She might bring someone wonderful.
Someone interesting.
And well off.
And important. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Matchmaker, matchmaker, look through your book and make me a perfect match.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, I'll bring the veil. You bring the groom, slender and pale. Bring me a ring, for I'm longing to be the envy of all I see.
For Papa, make him a scholar.
For Mama, make him rich as a king.
For me, well,
I wouldn't holler if he were as handsome as anything. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Night after night in the dark I'm alone. So find me a match of my own.
Since when are you interested in a match, Hava? I thought you just had your eye on your books. And you have your eye on the rabbi's son?
Well, why not? We only have one rabbi, and he only has one son. Why shouldn't I want the best?
Because you're a girl from a poor family, so whatever Yenta brings, you'll take, right? Of course, right? Hoddle, oh Hoddle, have I made a match for you? He's handsome, he's young, all right, he's 62, but he's a nice man, a good catch, true? True, I promise you'll be happy, and even if you're not, there's more to life than that. Don't ask me what. Hava, I found him, won't you be a lucky bride? He's handsome, he's tall, that is from side to side, but he's a nice man, a good catch, right? right. You heard he has a temper. He'll beat you every night, but only when he's sober. So you're all right. Did you think you'd get a prince? Well, I do the best I can with no dowry, no money, no family background. Be glad you got a man.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, you know that I'm still very young. Please take your time.
Up to this minute, I misunderstood that I could get stuck for good.
Dear Yenta, see that he's gentle. Remember, you were also a bride. It's not that I'm sentimental. It's just that I'm terrified. Matchmaker, matchmaker, plan me no plans. I'm in no rush. Maybe I've learned playing with matches, a girl can get burned. So bring me no ring, groom me no groom, find me no find, catch me no catch, unless he's a matchless match.
Today, I am a horse. Dear God, did you have to make my poor old horse lose his shoe just before the Sabbath? That wasn't very nice. It's enough you pick on me, your friend, Tevye. Bless him with 5 daughters, a life of poverty. But what have you got against my horse? Sometimes I think when things are too quiet up there, you say to yourself, let's see what sort of mischief we could play on our friend, Tevye.
So, you're finally here, my breadwinner.
I'll talk to you later.
Where's your horse?
He was invited to the blacksmith's for the Sabbath.
Hurry up. The sun won't wait for you. I have something to say to you.
As the good book says, heal us, O Lord, and we shall be healed. In other words, send us to cure. We've got the sickness already. I'm not really complaining. After all, with your help, I'm starving to death. You made many, many poor people. I realize, of course, it's no shame to be poor, but it's no great honor either. So what would have been so terrible if I had a small fortune? If I were a rich man, all day long I'd pity, pity bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. If I were a bitty, bitty rich, idle man, I'd build a big tall house with the rooms by the dozen right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with the real wooden floors below. There would be one long staircase just going up, and one even longer coming down, and one more leading nowhere just for show. I'd fill my yachts with chicks and turkeys and geese and ducks for the town to see and hear, squawking just as noisily as they can. And with each lad would land like a trumpet on the ear. as if to say here lives a wealthy man. If I were a rich man, all day long I'd bitty bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. If I were a bitty rich, idle man, I'd see my wife, my Golda, looking like a rich man's wife with a proper double chin, supervising meals to her heart's delight. I'd see her putting on airs and strutting like a peacock. Aye, what a happy mood she's in, screaming at the servants day and night. The most important men in town will come to follow me. They will ask me to advise them, like Solomon the Wise. If you please, Reptavia, pardon me, Reptavia, posing problems that would cross a rabbi's eyes. And it won't make one bit of difference if I answer right or wrong. When you're rich, they think you really know. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I lack to sit in the synagogue and pray. Maybe have a seat by the eastern wall, and I discuss the holy books with the learned men 7 hours every day. That would be the sweetest thing of all. If I were a rich man, all day long I'd bitty bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man? But Morka, I had a little accident with my horse.
Tevye, you forgot the rabbi's order.
I know, Reb Mendel.
Tevye, you forgot my order for the Sabbath.
This is bigger news than the plague in Edessa.
Speaking of news, terrible news from the outside world. Terrible.
What is it?
What does it say?
In a village called Reyanka, all the Jews were evicted, forced to leave their homes.
For what reason?
It doesn't say. Maybe the Tsar wanted their land. Maybe a plague.
May the Tsar have their own personal plague.
Man.
Why don't you bring us some good news?
I only read it. It wasn't edict from the authorities.
May the authorities start itching in places they can't reach.
Amen.
Why do you curse them? What good does your cursing do? You all sit and curse and chatter and don't do anything. You'll all curse your way into the grave.
Excuse me, you're not from this village.
No.
And where are you from?
Kiev. I was a student at the university there.
Aha! The university. Is that where you learn to criticize your elders?
That's where I learned that there's more to life than just talk. You have to know what's going on in the outside world.
Why should I break my head over the outside world? Let them break their own heads.
He's right. As the good book says, if you spit in the air, it lands in your face.
That's nonsense. You can't close your eyes to what's happening in the world.
You know, he's right.
He's right and he's right? How can they both be right?
You know, you are also right.
He's right, and he's still wet behind the ears. Good Sabbath, Tevye.
Good Sabbath.
Good Sabbath, Tevye.
Good Sabbath, Tevye. Tevye, the rabbi's order. My cheese.
So you're from Kiev, Rebbe
Perchik.
Perchik. So you're a newcomer here. As King David put it, I am a stranger in a strange land.
Moses said that.
Forgive me. As Abraham put it, I am slow of speech and slow of tongue.
Moses also said that.
For a man with a slow tongue, he talked a lot.
And the cheese.
Oh, here. Have a piece.
I have no money, and I'm not a beggar.
Here, it's a blessing for me to give.
Very well, for your sake.
Thank you. You know, it's no crime to be poor.
In this world, it is the rich who are the criminals. Someday, their wealth will be ours.
That would be nice. If they would agree, I would agree.
And who would make this miracle come to pass?
People, ordinary people,
Like you?
like me.
Nonsense.
And until your golden day comes, Reb Perchik, how will you live?
By giving lessons to the children. Do you have any children?
I have 5 daughters.
5?
Daughters.
Girls should learn. Girls are people too.
A radical!
I'd be willing to teach them. Open their minds to great thoughts.
What great thoughts?
The Bible has many lessons for our times.
I am a very poor man. Food for lessons? Good, good. Come, stay with us for the Sabbath. Of course, we don't eat like kings, but we don't starve either. As the good book says, when a poor man eats a chicken, one of them is sick.
Where does the good book say that?
Well, it doesn't exactly say that, but somewhere it has something about a chicken. Good Sabbath.
Good Sabbath.
Good Sabbath, children.
Good Sabbath, Papa.
Children, this is Perchik. Perchik, this is my oldest daughter.
Good Sabbath.
Good Sabbath.
You have a very pleasant daughter.
I have 5 pleasant daughters. This is mine, this is mine, this is mine, and this is mine, and this is not mine. Perchik, this is Matel Kanzoilen.
You did me a favor and came in.
This is also mine. Golda, this is Perchik from Kiev. He's going to stay the Sabbath with us. He is a teacher. Would you like to take lessons from him?
I really am a good teacher. A very good teacher.
I heard once that a rabbi who must praise himself has a congregation of 1.
Your daughter has a quick and witty tongue.
The wit she gets from me. As the good book says...
The good book can wait. Get washed.
The tongue she gets from her mother.
Mottel, you'll also be eating with us? Of course, another blessing. Seitel, 2 more. Sprinza, Bielka, get washed.
Mottel can help me.
Get the table. All right, Hava, you go too. You can wash outside at the well. Tevya, I have something to say to you.
Oh, why should today be any different?
Tevya, I have to tell you.
I'm praying.
Laser Wolf wants to see you.
The butcher? About what?
I don't know, only that he says it's important.
What can be important? I have nothing for him to slaughter.
After the Sabbath, see him and talk to him.
Talk to him about what? If he wants my new milk cow, he can forget it.
Tevya, don't be an ox. A man sends an important message, at least you can talk to him.
Talk to him about what? He wants my new milk cow.
Talk to him!
All right, after the Sabbath, I'll talk to him.
Model, Yenta was here.
I saw her.
If they agree on someone, there will be a match, and it will be too late for us.
Don't worry, Tzeitel. I found someone who will sell me his used sewing machine. So, in a few weeks, I'll have saved up enough to buy it. And then your father will be impressed with me.
But Model, a few weeks may be too late.
But what else can we do?
You could ask for my hand tonight. Now.
Why should he consider me now? I'm only a poor tailor.
And I'm only the daughter of a poor milkman. Just talk to him.
Tzeitel, if your father says no, that's it. It's final. He'll yell at me.
Model.
I'm just a poor tailor.
Model, even a poor tailor is entitled to some happiness.
That's true.
Will you talk to him? Will you talk to him?
All right. I'll talk to him.
It's late. Where is everybody? Come, children, come. We're lighting the candles. Come, come.
Reb Tevye?
What? What is it?
Well,
Well, Mottel, what is it?
Good Sabbath, Reb Tevye.
Good Sabbath. Good Sabbath. Come, come.
May the Lord protect and defend you. May He always shield you from shame. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. May you be like Ruth and like Esther. May you be deserving of praise. Strengthen them, O Lord, and keep them from the stranger's ways. May God bless you and grant you long life. Pray for you. May God make you good mothers and wives.
Reb Morka. Bring me your best brandy and 2 glasses.
Your best brandy. Reb Laser.
What's the occasion? Will it be a party?
There might be a party, maybe even a wedding.
A wedding? Wonderful. And I'd be happy to make the wedding merry, lead the dances, and so forth. For a little fee, naturally.
Of course. A wedding is no wedding without you and your fee.
Good evening, innkeeper. Good evening.
We'd like a drink. Sit down, Jacob.
Vodka? Schnapps? Vodka.
Good evening.
Good evening, Xavier.
What are you doing here so early?
He wants to buy my new milk cow. Good evening, Reb Laser.
Ah, Tevye, sit down. Have a drink.
Well, I won't insult you by saying no.
So, how goes it with you, Tevye?
How should it go?
You're right.
And you?
The same.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So, how is your brother-in-law in America?
I believe he's doing very well.
He wrote you?
Not lately.
Then how do you know?
If he were doing badly, he would write. May I?
Of course. Tevye, I suppose you know why I wanted to see you.
Yes, I do, Reb Laser, but there is no use talking about it.
Why not?
Why, yes? Why should I get rid of her?
Well, you'll have a few more without her.
I see. Today you want 1. Tomorrow you may want 2.
2? What would I do with 2?
The same you do with 1.
Tevye, this is very important to me.
Why is it so important to you?
Frankly, I am lonesome.
Lonesome? What are you talking about?
You don't know?
We're talking about my new milk cow, the one you want to buy from me.
A milk cow? So I won't be lonesome.
What's so funny?
We're talking about your daughter. Your daughter, Seitel.
My daughter, Seitel?
Of course, your daughter, Seitel. I see her every Thursday at my butcher shop. She has made a good impression on me. I like her. And as for me, Tevye, as you know, I'm pretty well off. I have my own house, a good store, a servant. Look, Tevye, why do we have to try to impress each other? Let's just shake hands and call it a match. And you won't need a dowry for her. And you might find something in your own purse, too.
Shame on you, shame! What do you mean, my purse? My title is not the sort that I would sell for money.
All right, just as you say. We won't talk about money. The main thing is, let's get it done with. I will be good to her, Tevye. I like her. What do you think?
What do I think? What do I think? I never liked him. Why should I? You could have a fine conversation with him if you talk about kidneys or livers. On the other hand, not everyone has to be a scholar. If you are wealthy enough, no one will call you stupid. And with a butcher, my daughter will surely never know hunger. Of course, he has a problem. He's much older than her. That's her problem. But she's younger. That's his problem. I always thought of him as a butcher, but maybe I misjudged him. He likes her. He will try to make her happy. What do I think? It's a match!
You agree?
I agree!
Oh, Tevye, that's wonderful. Let's drink on it.
Why not? To you, my friend.
No, my friend. To you.
Ooh. To the both of us.
To our agreement.
To our agreement. To our prosperity. To our good health and happiness. And most importantly, to life. to life, l'chaim. L'chaim, l'chaim to life. Here's to the father I've tried to be.
Here's to my bride to be.
Drink l'chaim to life, l'chaim. L'chaim, l'chaim to life. Life has a way of confusing us,
Blessing and bruising us.
drink l'chaim to life. God would like us to be joyful even when our hearts lie panting on the floor.
How much more can we be joyful when there's really something to be joyful for?
To life, l'chaim. To Tzaitel, my daughter,
My wife! It gives you something to think about.
something to drink about. Drink l'chaim to life.
Ramonka!
Yes, laser roll.
Drinks for everybody!
What's the occasion?
I'm taking myself a bride! Tempest Elvis! Sexel!
Thank you. To laser wolf, to Tanya, to Tzaitel, your daughter.
My wife!
May all your futures be pleasant ones, not like our present ones. Drink l'chaim to life, l'chaim. L'chaim, l'chaim to life. It takes a wedding to make us say, let's live another day. Drink l'chaim to life. Raise a glass and sip a drop of schnapps in honor of the great good luck that favored you. But when good fortune favors two such men, that's the reason we deserve it too. To us and our good fortune, be happy, long life. And if our good fortune never comes, here's to whatever comes. Drink l'chaim.
Shasta, heaven bless you both, Nostrovia, to your health and may we live together in peace. Zava, Shasta, heaven bless you both, Nostrovia, to your health and may we live together in peace.
Future of your choice. May you live to see 1,000 reasons to rejoice. Oh, that's how broken and bless you both as glorious to your health and may we live together in peace.
You won! Wonderful!
You know, Tevye, after the wedding, we will be related.
Oh.
You will be my papa.
Your papa. I always wanted a son, but one a little younger than myself.
Good evening.
Good evening, Constable.
What's the celebration?
Tevye, he's marrying off his eldest daughter, Seidel.
May I offer my congratulations, Tevye?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, Tevye, there's a piece of news that I think I should tell you. As a friend.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm telling you this news because I like you. You're a decent, honest person. Even if you are a Jewish dog.
Thank you, Your Honor. How often does a man get a compliment like that? And your news?
We have received orders that sometime soon, this district is to have a little unofficial demonstration.
A pogrom? Here?
No, just a little unofficial demonstration.
How little?
Not too serious. Just some mischief, so that if an inspector comes through, he will see that we have done our duty. Personally, I don't see why there has to be this trouble between people. But I thought I should tell you, and you can tell the others.
Thank you, Your Honor. You're a good man. And if I may say so, it's too bad you're not a Jew.
That's what I like about you, Tevye. You're always joking. And congratulations again for your daughter.
Thank you, Your Honor. Goodbye. Dear God, did you have to send me news like that today of all days? I know we are the chosen people, but every once in a while, can't you choose someone else? Anyway, thank you for bringing a husband for my title. L'chaim.
Now, children, I will tell you a story from the Bible of Laban and Jacob, and then we will discuss it together. All right? Good. Now, Laban had 2 daughters, Leah and the beautiful Rachel, and Jacob loved the younger Rachel and asked him for her hand. And Laban agreed if Jacob would work for him for 7 years.
Was Laban a mean man?
He was an employer. Now, after 7 years, do you know what happened? Laban fooled him and gave him his ugly daughter Leah. So in order to marry Rachel, Jacob was forced to work another 7 years. You see, children, the Bible clearly tells us You must never trust an employer. Do you understand?
Yes, Perchik.
Good.
Papa isn't up yet?
No, Mama.
Then enough lessons. We have to do Papa's work today. How long can he sleep? He staggered home last night and fell into bed like a dead man. I couldn't get a word out of him. Put that away and clean the barn. Call me when Papa gets up.
That was a very interesting lesson, Perchik.
Do you think so?
Although I don't know if the rabbi would agree with your interpretation.
And neither, I suppose, would the rabbi's son.
My little sisters have big tongues.
And what do you know about him, except that he's the rabbi's son? Would you like him if he were the shoemaker's son? Or the tinsmith's son?
At least I know this. He does not have any strange ideas about turning the world upside down.
Certainly. Any new idea would be strange to you. Remember, the Lord said, "Let there be light."
Yes, but he was not talking to you personally.
You have spirits. Even a little intelligence, perhaps.
Thank you.
But what good is your brain? Without curiosity, it is a rusty tool. Good day, Hoddle.
We have an old custom here. A boy acts respectfully to a girl. But of course, that is too traditional for an advanced thinker like you.
Our traditions, nothing must change. Everything is perfect exactly the way it is.
We like our ways.
Our ways are changing all over but here. Here, men and women stay apart. Men study, women in the kitchen. Boys and girls must not touch, shouldn't even look at each other.
I am looking at you.
And you are very brave. Do you know that in the city, boys and girls can be affectionate without the permission of a matchmaker? They can even hold hands together. They can even dance together. New dances like this. I learned it in Kiev. Do you like it?
It's very nice.
There. We just broke an old custom.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you. Good day.
Good day, Hoddle.
Bielka? Sprinze. What's your name again?
Hoddle, Papa.
Ah. Where is Seitzel?
She's in the barn.
Call her out. Perchik, how did the lesson go today?
I think we made a good beginning.
He's finally up. What happened last night besides your drinking like a peasant? Did you see Laser Wolf? What did he say? What did you say? Do you have news?
Patience, woman. As the good book says, good news will stay and bad news will refuse to leave. And there's another saying that goes...
You can die from such a man.
Seitzel, my child, a lamb, come here. You are to be congratulated.
What do you mean, Papa?
Laser Wolf has asked for your hand.
I knew it!
The butcher?
My heart told me this was our lucky day. Oh, dear God, I thank thee, I thank thee.
And what do you say, Seitzel?
What can she say? My firstborn, a bride. May you grow old with him in fortune and honor, not like Fruma Sarah, that first wife of his. She was a bitter woman. May she rest in peace. Not like my Seitzel. Oh, I must go thank Yenta. My Seitzel, a bride.
Mazel tov, Seitel.
You call that a mazel tov? And you, Reb Perchik, aren't you going to congratulate her?
Congratulations, Seidel, for getting a rich man.
Again with the rich. What's so wrong with being rich?
It's no reason to marry. Money is the world's curse.
May the Lord smite me with it. And may I never recover. Zeitel knows I only mean her welfare. Am I right, Zeitel?
Yes, Papa.
There, you see?
I see. I see. Very well.
Well, Zeitel, my child, why are you so silent? Aren't you happy with this blessing?
Oh, Papa! Papa!
What is it? Tell me.
Papa, I don't want to marry him. I can't marry him. I can't.
What do you mean you can't? If I say you will, you will.
Papa, if it's a matter of money, I'll do anything. I'll hire myself out as a servant. I'll dig ditches. I'll haul rocks. Just don't make me marry him, Papa, please.
But what's wrong with Laser? He likes you.
Papa, I'll be unhappy with him. All my life will be unhappy. I'll dig ditches. I'll haul rocks.
But we made an agreement. And with us, an agreement is an agreement.
Is that more important than I am, Papa? Papa, don't force me. I'll be unhappy all my days.
All right. I won't force you to.
Thank you, Papa.
It seems it was not ordained that you should have all the comforts in life, but that we should have little joy in our old age after all our hard work.
Reb Tevye, may I speak to you?
Later, Mottle, later.
I would like to speak to you.
Not now, Mottle. I have problems.
That's what I want to speak to you about. I think I can help.
Certainly. Like a bandage could help a corpse. Goodbye, Mottle. Goodbye.
At least listen to him, Papa.
All right. You have a tongue. Talk.
I hear you are arranging a match for Zeitel.
He also has ears.
I have a match for Zeitel.
What kind of a match?
A perfect fit.
A perfect fit?
Like a glove.
Like a glove.
This match was made exactly to measure.
A perfect fit made to measure. Stop talking like a tailor and tell me who is it?
Please don't shout at me.
All right. Sit down. I won't shout. Who is it?
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 It's me. Myself.
Him? Himself? Either you're completely out of your mind or you're crazy. He must be crazy. Arranging a match for yourself? What are you, everything? The bridegroom, the matchmaker, the guest, all rolled into one? I suppose you'll even perform the ceremony. He must be crazy.
Please don't shout at me, Reb Tevye. As for arranging a match for myself, I know it's a little unusual.
A little unusual? It's crazy.
Times are changing, Reb Tevye. The thing is, your daughter Zeitel and I gave each other our pledge more than a year ago that we would marry.
You gave each other a pledge?
Yes, Papa. We gave each other our pledge.
You gave each other a pledge. Unheard of. Absurd. They gave each other a pledge. Unthinkable. Where do you think you are? In Moscow? In Paris? Where do they think they are? America? And what do you think you're doing? You stitcher! You nothing! And who do you think you are? King Solomon? This isn't the way it's done. Not here, not now. Some things I will not, I cannot allow. Tradition. They're not even asking permission from the Papa. They're not even asking permission from the papa. One little time I pull out a prop, and where does it stop? Where does it stop? Where does it stop? Do I still have something to say about my daughter, or doesn't anyone have to ask a father anymore?
I have wanted to ask you for some time, Reb Tevye, but first I wanted to save up for my own sewing machine.
Stop talking nonsense! You're just a poor tailor!
That's true. But even a poor tailor is entitled to some happiness. I promise you, Reb Tevye, your daughter will not starve.
He's beginning to talk like a man. On the other hand, what kind of a match would that be? With a poor tailor? On the other hand, he is an honest, hard worker. But on the other hand, he has absolutely nothing. On the other hand, things could not get any worse for him. They can only get better. They gave each other a pledge, unheard of, absurd. They gave each other a pledge, unthinkable. But look at my daughter's face. She loves him, she wants him. And look at my daughter's eyes, so hopeful. Tradition! Very well, children. When shall we arrange the wedding?
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you, Papa.
I promise you, Reb Tevye, you won't be sorry.
I won't be sorry. I'm sorry already.
Thank you, Papa.
They pledged their troth. Modern children. Golda. What will I tell Golda? What will I do about Golda? Help!
Montel, you were wonderful.
It was a miracle. It was a miracle. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles. God took a Daniel once again, stood by his side, and miracle of miracles led him through the lion's den. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles. I was afraid that God would frown, but like he did so long ago in Jericho, God just made a wall fall down. When Moses softened the Pharaoh's heart, that was a miracle. When God made the waters of the Red Sea part, that was a miracle too. But of all God's miracles, large and small, the most miraculous one of all is that out of a worthless lump of clay, God has made a man today. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles. God took a tailor by the hand, turned him around, and miracle of miracles led him to the promised land. When David slew Goliath, yes, that was a miracle. When God gave us manna in the wilderness, that was a miracle too. But of all God's miracles, large and small, the most miraculous one of all is the one I thought could never be. God has given you to
Ah! Laser! Motto! Title! Ah! Ah! Help! Laser mortal title! Help! Help!
What is it? What?
Help!
Tevya! Tevya! Tevya, what's the matter with you? Why are you howling like that?
Where is she? Where is she?
Where is who? What are you talking about?
Fruma Sarah, Laser Wolf's first wife. She was standing here a minute ago.
What's the matter with you, Tevya? Fruma Sarah's been dead for years. You must have been dreaming. Tell me what you dreamt and I'll tell you what it meant.
It was terrible.
Tell me.
All right. Only don't be frightened.
Tell me!
All right. This was my dream. In the beginning of the dream, I dreamt that we were having a celebration of some kind. Everybody we knew was there, and musicians too. In the middle of the dream in walks your grandmother Tzeitel, may she rest in peace.
Grandmother Tzeitel? How did she look?
For a woman who is dead 30 years, she looked very good. Naturally, I went to greet her. She said to me,
A blessing on your head
Mazel tov, mazel tov,
to see your daughter wed,
mazel tov, mazel tov.
and such a son-in-law like no one ever saw. That Taylor Mottle comes oil.
Mottle?
Worthy boy is he,
Mazel tov, mazel tov,
a pious family.
mazel tov, mazel tov.
They named him after my dear Uncle Mordecai. That Taylor Mottle comes oil.
A tailor. She must have heard wrong. She meant a butcher.
I'll tell her. You must have heard wrong, Grandma. There's no tailor. You mean the butcher, Grandma, by the name of Laser Wolf?
No! I mean a tailor, Tevya, my great-grandchild. A little Tzeitel who you named for me. Little bride was meant to be. With such a magic brain.
Mazel tov, mazel tov,
In heaven it was made.
mazel tov, mazel tov.
A fine upstanding boy. A comfort and a joy. That Taylor Mottle comes oil.
But we announced it already. We made a bargain with the butcher.
But we announced it, Grandma, to our neighbors. We made a bargain, Grandma, with the butcher, Laser Wolf.
No, no, no. So you announced it, Tevya. That's your headache. Those for Laser Wolf, I say to you. Tevya, that's your headache too.
It was the butcher. His name is Laser Wolf. The Taylor Mottle come.
Is the butcher's wife come from beyond the grave? Is the butcher's dear darling departed wife? From a Sarah, 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 from a Sarah.
What is this about your daughter marrying my husband?
Mr. Husband,
Would you do this to your friend and neighbor from a Sarah? Have you no consideration for a woman's feelings? Handing over my belongings to a total stranger. How could you allow it? How could you let your daughter take my place? Live in my house, carry my keys, and wear my clothes, pearls. Such a learned man as Tevya wouldn't let it happen. Tell me that it isn't true, and then I wouldn't worry. Say you didn't give your blessing to your daughter's marriage. me tell you what would follow such a fatal wedding.
Fatal wedding.
If Saint Omedes lays on woe, I pity them both. She'll live with him 3 weeks, and when 3 weeks are up, I'll come to her by night. I'll take her by the throat, and this I'll give you a signal, that I'll give you a signal, this I'll give you a signal. Here's my wedding present. If she marries lays on woo!
It's an evil spirit! May it fall into the river, may it sink into the earth! Such a dark and horrible dream! And to think it was brought on by that butcher! If my grandmother Zeitel, may she rest in peace, took the trouble to come all the way from the other world to tell us about the Fiddler, then all we can say is that it is all for the best, and it couldn't possibly be any better. Amen.
Amen.
Blessing on my head, mazel tov, like Grandma Zeitel said, mazel tov. We'll have a son-in-law, like no one ever saw, the tailor Mottel comes oil.
We haven't got the man
Mazel tov,
we had since we began.
mazel tov.
But since your grandma came, she'll marry what's his name?
The tailor Mottel comes oil. The tailor Mottel comes oil.
The tailor Mottel comes oil. The tailor Mottel comes oil.
Bagels, fresh bagels! Did you hear? Did you hear? Tevye Zeitel is marrying Mottel, not Laser Wolf.
No.
Yes.
Zeitel's married Mottel?
Yes.
No! Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, Mottel.
What's all of the excitement?
Tevye Zeitel is marrying...
I know, Laserwolf the Butcher.
No! Mottel, the tailor!
Mottel the Tailor? That's terrible. Mazel tov, Mottel.
Imagine. Zeitel is marrying Mottel. I can't believe it.
What's wrong with my son, Mottel?
Oh, excuse me, Shandel. Mazel tov.
Yesel, do you have a wedding hat for me?
Laser ordered one, but it's not cheap.
I got his bride, I can get his hat.
Then come, Mottel, I'll show you.
Hava, could you watch the store for me for a minute? I won't be long.
Of course.
Thank you, Hava.
Come, Mottel, come.
Mazel tov, Hava.
Thank you.
Mazel tov.
Thank you very much.
Mazel tov, Hava. Mazel tov, Hava.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov,
Hava.
Hava. Why?
Mazel
We're
tov,
congratulating you. Mazel tov, Hava.
All right, stop it.
What's wrong with you?
Just stop it.
Now listen here, Fyetka.
Goodbye, Sasha. I said goodbye.
I'm sorry about that. They mean no harm.
Don't they? Is there something you want?
Yes, I'd like to talk to you.
I'd rather not.
I've often noticed you at the booksellers. Not many girls in this village like to read. Would you like to borrow this book? It's very good.
No, thank you.
Why? Because I'm not Jewish? Do you feel about us the way they feel about you? I didn't think you would.
What do you know about me?
Let me tell you about myself. I'm a pleasant fellow, charming, honest, ambitious, quite bright, and very modest.
I don't think we should be talking this way.
I often do things I shouldn't. Go ahead, take the book. It's by Heinrich Heine. Happens to be Jewish, I believe.
That doesn't matter.
You're quite right. Good. After you return it, I'll ask you how you like it, and we can talk about it for a while. How we feel about things, how we feel about life, and it can all turn out quite pleasant.
Fietka, is there something I can do for you?
No, thank you.
You left your book.
No, it's mine.
Thank you, Hava.
Good day, Hava.
Good day.
Fietka.
Good day, Fietka.
Is this the little girl I carried? Is this the little boy at play?
I don't remember growing older. When did they?
When did she get to be a beauty? When did he grow to be so tall?
Wasn't it yesterday when they were small?
Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly fly the days. Seedlings turn overnight to sunflowers, blossoming even as we gaze.
Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly fly the years. One season following another, laden with happiness and tears.
What words of wisdom can I give them? How can I help to ease their way?
look so natural together.
Just like two newlyweds should be.
Is there a canopy in store for me?
Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly fly the years. One season following another, laden with happiness and tears.
My friends, we are gathered here to share the joy of the newlyweds, Mottle and Seitel. May they live together in peace
to a ripe old age. Amen. Here comes our beloved rabbi. May he be with us for many, many years.
Amen.
I'd like to announce that the bride's parents are giving the newlyweds the following: a new feather bed, a pair of goose pillows, and this pair of candlesticks. Now, let us not in our joy tonight forget those who are no longer with us, our dear departed, who lived in pain and poverty and hardship, and who died in pain and poverty and hardship. But enough tears. Let us be merry and content, like our good friend Laser Wolf, who has everything in this world except a bride. But Laser has no ill feelings. In fact, he has a gift for the newlyweds that he'd like to announce himself. Come, Laser Wolf.
Like he said, I have no ill feelings. What's done is done. I am giving the newlyweds 5 chickens, 1 for each of the first 5 Sabbaths of their wedded lives.
Reb Laser, you're a decent man. In the name of my daughter and her new husband, I accept your gift. There's a famous saying that goes...
I am not marrying your daughter. I do not need to listen to your sayings.
If you'd only listen a second,
Why should I listen to you? A man that breaks an agreement?
Not now, Laser. Laser,
Please, sit down. Civilly.
The rabbi.
I say, let's sit down.
We all heard the wise words of the rabbi.
Now, I'd like to sing a little song.
You can keep your diseased chickens.
My grandfather came to me from the grave, and he told me that her grandmother was a big liar.
Quiet! What's all this screaming about? They drank on it, an agreement, a sign. It's all nonsense. Seitel wanted to marry Mottel, not Laser.
A young girl deciding for herself?
Why not? Yes, they love each other.
Love?
Terrible.
He's a radical.
What happens to the matchmaker?
I say.
I know. Let's sit down.
Musicians, play. A dance, a dance. Come on, dance. It's a wedding.
Who will dance with me?
It's a sin.
It's no sin to dance at a wedding.
But with a girl?
This is what you get for bringing a wild man into your home.
He's not a wild man. His ideas are a little different, but...
It's a sin.
It's no sin. Ask the rabbi. Ask him.
Well, Rabbi?
Dancing, well, not exactly forbidden, but...
There, you see? It's not forbidden.
And it's no sin. Now, who will dance with me?
Hodel!
It's only a dance, Mama.
Play.
I can see she's dancing with a man. And now I'm going to dance with my wife. Go there! Hey! Golda! Come here, Golda!
I see we came at a bad time. I'm sorry, Tevye, but the orders are for tonight. For the whole village. Go on, play. I said play. All right, men. All right, enough. I am genuinely sorry. You understand.
Of course.
Men,
Take him in the house.
What are you doing standing around for? Clean up!